Hey everyone, welcome. So you're ready to take your English from good to, well, great? You are in exactly the right spot. We're going to really power up those B1 plus skills. Let's dive right in.
Okay, let's be real for a second. Does your English ever feel, correct, but just a little bit boring, a little flat? It's like you know the rules, but you're missing that natural spark. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone, and that's exactly what we're going to fix today.
So, here's our power-up plan for today. First up, we're adding some color with adverbs. Then, we're going to nail the difference between talking about your life in general and what's happening right now. After that, we'll grab some killer vocabulary that'll make you sound way more natural. And to wrap it all up, I'll give you a super simple practice plan to make all this stuff stick. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Adding Color with Adverbs. This is all about how to make your actions way more descriptive. Okay, check this out. It's super simple, but it makes a huge difference. On the left, you've got she spoke. Fine, correct, but kind of boring, right? Now, look at the right. She spoke quietly. Boom. Instantly, you get a much clearer picture in your head. That one little word changes everything.
So what is an adverb anyway? Well, it's basically a word that tells us how you do something. The big clue? A lot of them end in ly, like quickly or carefully. That's a good little trick to spot them.
You know, the real secret to sounding natural isn't just knowing a bunch of adverbs. It's knowing which ones hang out with which verbs. It's like they're friends. For example, we almost always say speak clearly or speak fluently. We listen carefully and we wait patiently. Learning these common pairs is a total game changer for your English.
Okay, let's move on to our next big topic, life versus this moment. Now, this is just a really helpful way to think about the present simple versus the present continuous, which, let's face it, can be a pretty tricky bit of grammar.
Okay, here's the main idea, and it's actually pretty simple when you think about it like this. Use the present simple when you're talking about your general life. Your habits, things that are always true, facts, like, I drink coffee every morning. That's your life. But you use the present continuous for what's happening in this moment, right now, actions happening now, temporary stuff, or things that are changing. So you'd say, I am drinking coffee right now. See the difference? Your life versus this moment.
All right, let's look at a super common mistake I hear all the time. I am waiting for my lesson twice a week. It just sounds a little off, doesn't it? And that's because twice a week tells you it's a routine. It's part of your life. So you got to use the present simple. I wait for my lesson twice a week. Much better.
And here's the opposite kind of mistake. Look, the baby sleeps. The word look is your clue. It tells you this is happening right now. It's all about this moment, not the baby's whole life. So you need that continuous form. The baby is sleeping. Now, of course, with English grammar, there's always an exception, right? And this one's a big one, state verbs. These are words that describe states or feelings, not really actions. Words like know, believe, love, or own. For example, you would never ever say, I am knowing the answer. It just sounds wrong. You'd say, I know the answer. These guys almost always stay in the simple form.
All right, we've tackled some big grammar points. Let's switch gears and move on to Section 3, words that work. This is all about picking up some great vocabulary that'll help you sound way more natural and precise.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the word outfit. This is such a useful noun. An outfit isn't just random clothes you throw on. It's a set of clothes you put together for a specific reason or event. So you might say something like, she put together a beautiful outfit for the wedding.
And it's really important not to get outfit mixed up with these other words. A suit is usually for business, something more formal. A uniform is what you wear for a specific job, right? And a costume, well, that's for a party or a play. Getting these right makes a huge difference.
Oh, this is a great one. The phrase, worth it. We use this all the time. It basically means that the good result is bigger than the hard work you had to do to get it. For instance, exercise is hard work, but it's totally worth it for your health. Okay, next up is a phrasal verb, hold on to. It can have a really literal meaning, like hold on to the railing so you don't fall, but we also use it in a more figurative way, meaning to keep something and not throw it away. You might say, I still hold on to all my old family photos.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground. Now we're at the most important part, I think. Section 4, your practice plan. Because look, knowing all this stuff is great, but it's useless if you don't actually put it into practice.
So check out this weekly schedule. It's super clear and, more importantly, it's totally manageable. The idea is to focus on just one small thing each day. So maybe adverbs on Monday, present simple on Tuesday, present continuous on Wednesday. Then on Thursday you compare them, and on Friday you work on that new vocabulary. See, when you break it down like this, it doesn't feel so overwhelming.
And really, the key to all of this is just consistency. Seriously, practicing for just 15 minutes every single day is so much better than trying to cram for 2 hours on a Sunday. And remember, be patient with yourself. Try to actually use the new things you learn, review it often, and please ask questions. That is how you really, truly improve.
So, after all of this, it brings us to one last big question. With all the practice and all the work, is learning English really worth it? The answer? Yes. Oh, it definitely is. Every single new word, every grammar rule you finally get, it just opens up another piece of the world for you. So keep going, you're doing great.